This week is 5 minutes with Dr. John Sviokla, my colleague and co-founder. And John, take us away.
Yeah, great to be here and get a chance to share some quick thoughts with you. So a lot of people ask us, what kind of application and innovation should people be doing in creating generative AI? And it reminded me in answering that question back to a book that I did with a colleague of mine, Mitch Cohen, on self-made billionaires. We studied the world's self-made billionaires and tried to understand how did they create value. And one of the things is that you may not know it, but you have rebels in your organization or in your orbit who are probably trying to do something new and different, and they're getting squished down. So if you look at the self-made billionaires we looked at, and we studied over 1,200 of them, the majority of them worked for firms, then they left. Many of them actually took their ideas, including Mark Cuban, took his first idea for a network-based company to his boss. His boss said, no, keep your nose to the grindstone. And then when they did eventually leave or start on their own, what's really interesting is 4 out of 5 of them, 80%, made their money in highly contested competitive markets. So yes, every once in a while you get a Facebook or whatever, but you have many more Starbucks or Little Caesars Pizza where, highly contested mature markets. So if you're willing to innovate and create a new business system, you can win. And then the challenge of any project doing something new is when things are up, when organizations are operationally excellent, they generally drive towards standardization. But innovation really is about productive variance. So the message here is look for and fund your rebels. Now, Paul, we can go to the next one. I want to give 5 pointers, what I call looking through the prism as evaluating any project. First thing I'd like to start with is the second item here, rhythm and flow. A lot of people look at processes that take a long time to pay off. But if you look at people who study lifespan, scientists study lifespan, they study mayflies because mayflies live and die every 24 hours or less. Sea turtles, they don't study sea turtles because sea turtles live to be 50 up to 150 years old. So whatever the process is, whether it's customer service or direct marketing or whatever, something with a fast cycle time is vital. I'd like to go down to the bottom one, metrics. Don't try to invent a new metric. Oh, it's going to help with, this new kind of cycle time or a new quality measure, whatever. No, if you're going to do a new project, it's hard enough to do it without creating and selling a new measure. So going against that. Third, what kind of capabilities is it going to create? Because everybody's going to have to know how to do AI so projects can move you forward. Fourth, make sure that you don't screw around with the politics. And what I mean by that is a lot of people very naively are willing to spend money in one area, maybe IT, but the economic value ends up in another area, maybe marketing. In large organizations, or just about any size organization, everybody will support that. Of course, we're for the team, but guess what? Very, very few executives are willing to put cost in their budget for a benefit in someone else's. So just think practically along that. And the last thing is, when anybody's doing anything new, it's often challenging and sometimes scary. And one of the best ways to give people courage individually and collectively is to tie back to the organization's purpose. Hey, if you're working at Epic, we really are about helping the doctor, because at the tip of the doctor's pen are most of the costs and most of the issues. So we're willing to go to generative AI and create ambient capture, which they have delivered with Microsoft, because you know what? That's our purpose. And so to think about that. So again, this comes up with power, rhythm, identity, staffing, metrics. Whatever project you're looking at, make sure you look through this prism to see if it's the right one.
That's wonderful.